What's up everybody, my name is Vincent. Welcome to Cryptolution, where we talk about everything under the moon in the crypto universe. Today's Tuesday, May 19th. Now in today's dog video, I wanted to talk about how Binance has actually been very successful at acquiring more dog by getting emotional short-term holders to sell their bag. Now while this is happening, we're actually seeing other long-term holders that are not related to Binance accumulating dog, because I want to share with you why these fundamentals have never changed, because the dog price can be easily influenced by the manipulation happening within the thin liquidity and also the thin order books happening on the exchanges. So I want to share with you how Binance has been successful at doing this. So let's dive deep into it. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, don't forget to join us on X. Please be careful with any of the scammers down in the comments below. I'll never reach out via WhatsApp, Telegram, direct messaging, or email, so please be careful and invest safely. Guys and girls, let's get right into it. So right now, dog is up 2.25% over the past 24 hours, so nothing really much has changed since yesterday. The liquidity that's flowing between the exchanges is not too high now. Notice again how just yesterday you saw a ton of liquidity flowing within the exchanges, but today is another quiet day. This is what these market makers and Binance linked wallets do. They tend to be very quiet, so they make you very bored in the consolidation phase, also what we call stagnation, so that you're not paying attention to this asset. But luckily, there's a lot of smart dog holders that are watching our videos that aren't falling for that. So yes, exchange volume right now is going to be low just due to nothing happening, meaning they aren't trying to make it seem like they're influencing price. But before we get into that, I just want to remind everybody, if you can, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure to scroll down and give us a little super thanks, which basically there's these three dots over here. You click on thanks and you can donate as much as you want, $2, even up to $10, up to you, right? And those donations are much appreciated. And also we want to give a shout out to the winner of the dog silver medallion given by C2 blockchain, and that is to Pixel. Congratulations to Pixel for winning this competition. It's been absolutely a thrill for everybody to participate, and I really appreciate everybody for subscribing to my X. Now let's talk about the overall macro market. Right now, Bitcoin still at 76,000, has not changed. It's still down, and when it's still down, meme coins are going to still be down as well. Now let's scroll over to where Bitcoin is right now above Toshi. But again, this is kind of like I said before, this was absolutely coordinated for dog to sell off like this. Dog, as I mentioned in yesterday's video, had a sell-off before any other meme coin. It's because we know that these larger entities behind the scenes that are Binance linked wallets did it on purpose. So let's look into this data. So yesterday we did talk about how short-term holders were selling over their assets to the long-term holders. Now, as you can see, the top 10 wallets as of May 16th, which was I believe Friday of last week, they had roughly around 18.89% of the token supply. This is the top 10 holders. And then with the top 11 to 50 holders, it was roughly around 9.72%. Now let's look over to the right side, May 18th, which was yesterday. As I mentioned before, their bags grew. And you can see that right now, this went from 18.89 to 19.04, from 9.72 to 10.16. Now notice the difference in the bottom. The short-term holders, which is any wallets that are between 51 to 100 or 100 and above, they sold off their assets. Look at their portfolio decrease from May 16th to May 18th, from 4.49 to 4.43, from 66.90 to 66.37. So you can see on chain that short-term holders are selling their bags to the long-term holders. And as we know, the top 100 wallets typically have Binance linked wallets, but especially the top 10 wallets have multiple Binance linked wallets. So they were successful in accumulating the short-term holders' bags. And here it is. I want to share with you the on-chain accumulation map from the Binance Dog Network wallet. Now, this basically shares with you how Binance was able to trick retail into selling their bags. And you can see that there are different tiers. There's the financial bridge tiers, the market makers, and then the other whale wallets below that. And as I mentioned in yesterday's video, I also discovered whale wallet number 9 and 10 are also Binance linked. The only difference is they aren't going through the market makers or the financial bridges. They're just going like literally directly to Binance and from Binance. This is the wallet map that I want to share with you. So please, if you feel free to like stop the video and look on your screen, freeze frame this so you can understand how Binance has been able to do all this behind the scenes without you paying attention. Luckily, we have on-chain data, and I've been able to use Claude to develop the routing of inflows and outflows between all these different wallets and Binance themselves. So here's a screenshot that happened this morning. So this is all the data as you're watching the video of this morning. So as you see, the long-term holders has actually increased from 80% to 80.1%. So you can see that these whales and also the Binance linked wallets are accumulating more dog. What they're doing is they're influencing the price of dog on BitGet, Mexi, and Gate. When they influence the price of dog off-chain, they can also acquire more dog, because as much as we have long-term holders on-chain, the short-term holders off-chain are people who don't understand dog. They don't know how to have conviction within it. They also probably bought into it thinking that they're rich. They don't really get into it for the right reasons. So they're basically grifters. Grifters are people who trade from different tokens. They don't ever do like research on a specific token. They just want to find out where they can make money left and right. And those are grifters. So the grifters are short-term holders, and they're selling their bags. And luckily Binance, to the credit, was able to accumulate their bags. So as you can see now, today, the long-term holders increased from 19.04 to 19.05. So they're actually doing a great job in accumulating short-term holders. So this is what's going on chain. And I want to remind everybody kind of how this works. And I think Lark Davis has a great explanation in his recent X post. He says the 4 stages of every crypto investor goes through these stages, okay? So usually it starts with excitement. Then there's doubt, meaning, okay, the excitement's there, I bought into this token, but when the token drops, they start to have doubt. Then there's a capitulation event that happens, which possibly could be one of the worst experiences people feel. And then there's regret. I should not have bought this bag. I should not have bought dog. I should just sell. These are the short-term holders that are on these exchanges, and maybe even on-chain as well. But what people don't realize, and what repeats every cycle multiple times, is this. It's the understanding. You have to understand why you bought the asset, which is you hold because you know why you own it. So we basically own dog because we understand it's the most free and fair token distribution, but also there's no insiders, there's no team members that are going to dump on you. And also we're not going to pay exchanges token allocations so that they can't dump on you. But most importantly, the fact is it's a dog themed meme coin, and dog themed meme coins have always outperformed every other meme coin sector. And dog is the first meme coin on Bitcoin ever, period. And it's the leading meme coin by far. So it's going to happen at some certain point where dog's going to reach into the multi-billions of dollars, and people will look at these times saying, I'm so glad I held, because you understood the fundamentals. So these are the people that are not grifters. These are the people that did their research, and you're the ones that understand number 5. Now, let's talk about who's been accumulating, who follow that idea and mindset of accumulation. This is the long-term holders. These are the people that did their research. We have people like Keel. We also have Dog Damasa, Base Dog, Ian, Luke Draco, Emmanuel. Next up, we also have RSGO Great Again, Trucker Biff, Moon Bandit, Wild, Stack the Dog, and Tiger. So this is how it works. This is when the opportunities to acquire these things, you have to think like the 1%. You have to think like Binance, right? You have to just buy these things while short-term holders pretty much sell their bags. So nothing has really changed within dog price on the charting analysis. Again, as I mentioned before, the coincidence of dog price capitulating every single time we expose anything related to Binance, from the Binance Ghost wallet, followed by capitulation, Binance wallet network confirmed, capitulation followed the day after. It's completely orchestrated. They know exactly what we're doing. They know exactly what we're exposing. They don't want to get caught. So they're doing their best as much as possible to influence the price of dog. And don't be shocked if price of dog goes down or up, doesn't matter. They are absolutely at play right now, and you got to give them credit where credit's due. And I actually applaud them for this. They actually were able to trick some retail into selling. So that's everything in a nutshell of how this whole operation works. I wanted to show you how Binance is able to do this, how their network, through that diagram I shared with you, how they're able to not only acquire dog at a cheap price, but also how present the dog wallets are in the top 10. Most of the wallets in the top 10 have connections to Binance. If you don't know what that looks like, go ahead and go into yesterday's video, which I'll post a link on the upper right side. That will explain to you how they were able to be a part of this. This is crazy. So if you are watching this video, all you need to do is accumulate and hodl dog, because I've shared with you that they are absolutely at play at acquiring more. So as always, if you want to support the channel, please go ahead and give us a super thanks with the 3 dots and donate whatever you want. I really appreciate everybody for watching these videos, and I'd like to thank our sponsors, C2 Blockchain and Trucker Biv. Smash up that like button, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to join us on X to receive all of our alpha calls and updates regarding Dog and Moon. Till then, see you guys girls next time.